Stand in the middle of football field, look at one goal then the other. Now imagine a rocket standing at one end and its nose reaching past the opposite goal. Not in a movie, but in real life, because some rockets are literally taller than the entire field. But here's the strange part. They are not tall for the reason most people think. But before we talk about rockets, we need something human-sized to compare them to. A football field is about 100 meters long. That distance already feels huge when you stand on it. If something rises vertically the same distance, that's like stacking the entire field upward into the sky. And today, that is exactly how we are going to measure these rockets, not in meters, but in a football field. Let's start with a rocket that launches regularly, the Falcon 9, built by SpaceX. It stands about 7 meters tall. Picture placing it at the goal line. It would rise higher than stacked seat buses, higher than most apartment blocks, almost 3/4 of the length of the football field. And yet, this rocket is considered standard. Not giant, not extreme, just normal. Which tells you something important. In spaceflight, normal is already anomalous. And now, let's go back in time. The rockets that carried humans to the moon, the legendary Saturn V, developed by NASA. Height about 100 meters. Now compare that to the football field. And remember, the football field is 100 meters. This rocket is taller, meaning if you place it at one end, its tip will extend beyond the other. The moon rocket literally doesn't fit inside the field, and when it launched, it burned roughly 20 tons of fuel every second. Every second. That's like emptying a fuel truck instantly, again and again and again. Now we go to the present. The tallest rocket human have ever constructed, SpaceX's Starship. Total height about 100 meters tall. If you stood at the midfield, you wouldn't just look up, you would almost have to bend backward to see the top. It's roughly a 40-story building, taller than many of the skyscrapers, taller than the football field's length. But here's the truly shocking thing. Almost none of that height is for passengers. And I want to talk about this. Most people think rockets are taller because astronauts need space, cargo needs space, engine needs space. Sounds reasonable, but it's wrong. Rockets are tall for one reason only fuel. About 90% of the rockets is just a fuel tank. The astronauts, a tin capsule at very top, meaning when astronauts launch, they basically sitting at the top of the skyscraper, filled almost entirely with explosive fuel, controlled but explosive. And to stay in the orbit around the Earth, you must move sideways about 28,000 km/h. Not fast, but this is extremely fast. To reach that speed, rockets must burn 100 tons of fuel. That is just for the minutes. Here is the cruel physics rule. Fuel is needed to carry the fuel, which means the bigger the mission, the taller the rockets might be. That's why moon rockets were huge. That's why Mars rockets are even bigger. So next time you watch a launch, don't think that rocket looks big. Think that machine is taller than the entire football field, and almost all of it is just a fuel fighting gravity. Because once you truly see that, rocket launches stop looking like the technology and start looking like humanity's most violent and the most beautiful argument with physics. If you want more science explained visually and simply, subscribe for the next exploration. Because the universe isn't just bigger than we imagine, it's bigger than we can easily understood. So make sure you subscribe to receive more science concepts explained simply so that everyone can understand science. Science is easy.